Things just weren't right up in Canada. Random acts of violence were popping up like weeds, and the Northern Lights, well, they just weren't right. One night they'd be brighter than ever, and the next, gone. In Nunavut Bay, I overheard talk between Jean Bisson and his mysterious partner Arpeggio. Somehow, those two are behind it all. Tracking the source of the disturbance was easy. By simply following the lights, we were led north to an immense lumber camp. The sheer number of fallen trees advertised Jean Bisson's presence and that he was in possession of the clockwork talons. The Thievius raccoonus makes numerous references to the talons slicing through plates of steel. A skilled lumberjack like Bisson could clear a forest in hours while wielding the artifacts. Those talons have got to go, both to finally do away with clockwork and to save the environment from his twisted sense of progress. The world just doesn't need to make space for another strip mall.
Okay, so here's what we know. 1, Arpeggio's blip is on its way to pick up a battery from Jean Bisson. And 2, the only way we'll get a crack at Arpeggio's clockwork brain is by finding a way to sneak aboard his blip.
But before we do that, we'll need to snag the clockwork talons off Jean Bisson. Time is short and we've got a lot to accomplish.
True, but first things first. This lumber camp isn't on any of my maps. I need you to poke around and take some recon photos. They'll help to get my sensors oriented.
No problem. Recon photos, I got covered.
In anticipation of the icy climate, I took the liberty of modifying your cane. It can now separate into 2 smaller canes, useful for ice climbing. Try ascending to the top of that sheet of ice. Just jump and hit the circle button to dig in. It's good to see my cane upgrade perform so well in the field. Now scout the area. I could really use the reconnaissance. This place is bear country, all right. Interesting. He's putting out a slight radio signature. Fascinating. My sensors detect a Wi-Fi link to that boat. It must be piloted by computer. John Bison's house. The lair of the beast. The den of evil. The epicenter of ecological destruction. Those saw blades look particularly old. I guess this logging camp has been around for a while. Okay, that should do it. Now for the real point of interest. Head for that lighthouse and try to find a way to... Okay, that should do it. Now for the real point of interest. Head for that lighthouse and try to find a way to sneak in. Charger, but where's the battery Arpeggio's coming to pick up? Just looking at that spinner makes me dizzy. I was right. The entrance is barred from the inside. Might as well get a shot of old Jean Bison. Oh, Sly, listen in. He's mumbling to himself.
Come on, Sean. You got it in you. Those lumberjack games need some more competition, eh? What would attract the participants? Bullseye. I'll post the clockwork talons as a trophy. That should bring in the competition. Although, who am I kidding, eh? I'm gonna win just like every other year. Oh, it's tough being this tough. It sure is, yeah.
Head back to the safe house. We need to talk about these lumberjack games. Well, guys, Jean Bison has unknowingly thrown down the gauntlet. With the clockwork talons as a trophy, we'd be fools not to participate in his lumberjack games. Fortunately, due to frequent avalanches, a log chopping guide was frozen in a wall of ice not far from our position. Sly, you're in charge of acquiring the book. I'm sure it will prove invaluable. Now, we're all aware that Arpeggio's blimp is coming to pick up another battery. To sneak aboard without incident, I'd recommend we pull a Trojan horse.
and stow away inside the battery. However, the location of the device is still a mystery. We need some inside information. So, working together, you two will infiltrate the Moose Guard's secret RC combat club. Those guys all work in the lighthouse. If you win the battle, I'm sure they'll talk. Despite his antique mind, Jean Bison's no fool. To keep tabs on him, we'll need to bug his house, steal the radio tags off local bears, and then jerry-rig them into a sensor array. It's a challenging set of tasks, and that blimp's on its way. Let's get to work.
Wild bears in the area have been tagged with radio tracking devices. If you can snag enough of them, we should be able to set up a receiver array around Jean Bison's house.
I'm always up for bugging someone's home.
The first step is crawling into that bear cave and stealing the goods.
I'm on it.
The radio transmitters have all been tagged in their mouths. You'll have to sneak up and pickpocket it while they're yawning.
Sounds safe.
Stay clear of the thin, crackly ice. Walking on it is sure to wake the bears.
I'll keep that in mind.
Only you could have pulled that off. Head outside and I'll fill you in on the next step. Only you could have pulled that off. Head outside and I'll fill you in on the next step. To form a receiver array, you'll have to place the radio transmitters in precise locations around Jean Bisson's base of operations.
Seems easy enough.
Once you're in position, hit the circle button to place the transmitter. Nice work. The array's up and running. I've detected what appears to be an ancient guide to log chopping that might be useful for the lumberjack games. Unfortunately, it's frozen deep in an ice wall.
How are we supposed to get to it? Wait for more global warming?
That industrial laser is used to cut through petrified logs. If it could be bounced out that window, with your help, I should be able to harness its energy to melt the ice wall and free the bug.
How do I redirect that thing?
There should be a switch on the other side of this wall. Throw it and then head outside.
Attention all you fellas working the sawmill. Make sure you keep a steady watch. A prowler's been spotted. We cannot afford to have anything happen to our log cutting equipment, particularly that laser-type saw blade. We're gonna need it once we get to them old oaks up near Lookout Mountain. But hey, you know, you should still enjoy yourselves, eh? I mean, how many people get to cut down forests for a living? Ha!
You've done it! The laser's been redirected out the window. Now to get that laser pointed at the ice wall, you'll need to alter its direction with the crystals I put in your pouch.
I see. I just walk to where the laser stops, place a crystal, and it'll bounce the beam to a new position. That log chopping book is as good as ours.
Something else is coming out of the deep freeze. I've never seen such a majestic creature. So full of life, so ready to live. So much for that. He's back in the deep freeze.
Cheer up, pal. We got the log chopping guide.
reported that several off-duty guards meet in that cabin for an RC combat club.
This is going to be great. I haven't been in any RC combat since that job we pulled in Istanbul. It was awesome.
Those guards will never let you into the combat club without a disguise. That old moosehead should do the trick. Only there's no way for you to get up there. Hide out in this barrel while I send in Sly to steal the head. Why, if you can get the stuffed moosehead without being detected, Murray should be able to join the RC Combat Club without raising any suspicion.